This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com. What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com giving you your full SmackDown recap. This one was February 11th, 2016, in Portland, Oregon. Brian Saxton, Mauro Ranallo, and Jerry the King Lawler as your commentators. Starts off with Y2J coming to the ring, and they do a raw recap of Y2J and AJ Styles and The Miz. And they love just up on Miz TV that got turned into the highlight reel. You know how that went. And Y2J grabbed the mic and pretty much was like, "Look, I question how good AJ Styles really is." So AJ Styles come down to the ring, to start their match because this is the rematch SmackDown, and the Social Outcasts interrupt them, pretty much saying that that they were the premier group. Everybody should respect them. And Chris Jericho hit Heath Slater in the face with a microphone, and all the Social Outcasts jump Y2J. Everybody except Bo Dallas because he's still in a studio laying down tracks. So AJ Styles decided to help Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho said to skip it. They was gonna tag team up and beat up the Social Outcasts. So that was your first match. You had Y2J and AJ Styles, Chris Jericho and AJ Styles versus the Social Outcasts, minus Bo Dallas, and Heath Slater sit the one out and he'd be ringside. And it was pretty much anything you can do, I can do better match between AJ Styles and Y2J. So anytime he would chop a person, they're tagging the next person and they'll try to chop him harder. And that went throughout the entire match. And the Social Outcasts fought back, but ultimately they just got outclassed. And Chris Jericho landed the code breaker on one of the Social Outcasts, on Adam Rose specifically. But before he was able to pin, AJ Styles tagged himself in. I'm not even sure if it was a code breaker. The match was an average match. It was a 2 out of 5. I got the concept, but whatever. AJ Styles tagged himself in, and he ended up ending the match. So when they put their hands up in victory, the referee raised both of their hands up. Chris Jericho attacked him, put the code breaker on AJ Styles. So then they did a recap of some of the media buzz that was surrounding Daniel Bryan's retirement that he did on Raw. And then they did a Raw recap of the contract signing between Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. They have a triple threat match, have Fastlane to determine who would fight Triple H at WrestleMania the following month. And, of course, Brock Lesnar beat up Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Then Dean Ambrose told Roman Reigns that he was not only going to get Brock Lesnar back, but don't interfere. Let him see what Brock Lesnar really about. Showed them taunting him. Showed Brock Lesnar coming up there beating him up. Showed Roman Reigns coming out. Brock Lesnar turned around looking at Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose hitting him in his coin purse, the low blow. And then sneaking out the ring telling Roman Reigns that he told him he was going to get him back, and then collapsing in pain. So that was pretty much a recap of that. Then they did a Raw recap of the Dudley Boys actually getting their tables match victory over the New Day. But while the New Day was it was New Day and Mark Henry, if you remember the match on Raw, versus Team 3D and the Usos. But while the Usos and Team 3D were celebrating, Team 3D turned on the Usos and attacked them and put them both through individual tables. So Dudley Boys, of course, come to the ring, and they pretty much explained that that they're the most decorated tag team ever in wrestling history, and they're the most decorated WWE tag team. People pretty much treat them as a novelty act, as a nostalgia piece. And he's like, "Look, man, we didn't come here. We came here to add to our resume. Essentially, we came here to cement our legacy and add to our legacy. So, all the WWE's want to do is get the tables. You should be just cheering on Devon and Bubba Ray. So we're putting away the tables. No more tables. So they made the stagehand grab all of the tables that was around the ring. Then they grabbed the last table inside of the ring and brought it to the back. Crowd was booing some hard. So your second match was actually Sasha Banks with Becky Lynch on commentary versus Naomi with Tamina accompanying her to the ring. And they did a raw recap of this Tamina versus Becky Lynch match, where of course, Tamina was whooping Becky Lynch and then taunting Sasha Banks while she was on commentary. Sasha Banks getting involved, and Naomi coming around the ring and punching the jewelry off of Sasha Banks. And then Becky Lynch trying to help out Naomi and suplexing Naomi, getting it back in the ring before the referee count out, but running into a super kick at Tamina and losing the match. Um, this match was, it was back and forth action, and I mean, all in all, it was one of those things where Sasha Banks looked like she was gonna win quick, but then Tamina interfered, and then of course, they had to involve Becky Lynch since she was on commentary, and I just told you how Raw went. So, of course, Tamina went around the ring, and Becky Lynch was, saying some stuff to Tamina, so Tamina pretty much beat her up, and then Sasha Banks came out the ring and um, punched Tamina, and Tamina fell into the chair that Sasha Banks was sitting at on commentary. Then she kicked her. Sasha Banks kicked Tamina in the chest, made her flip over, and then she ran in the ring, and Naomi got a roll up pin on her, but then Sasha Banks reversed the roll up pin and rolled it into a bank statement, and they won a match. And match was still about a 2 out of 5. It was just an average match. So the next thing they did, they cut away to AJ Styles. They interviewed him. It was asking him how he felt about Chris Jericho attacking him, and he pretty much said that Chris Jericho just trying to get in his head so he can make a mistake tonight, but he's not gonna get upset. He's gonna prove that he's a phenomenal one. He's gonna prove it to the WWE universe, Chris Jericho, and just everybody. So that was that. So then they did a cutaway to the Wyatt family. They did a montage of all of the people they've been beating up lately, all of the superstars. Then the Wyatt family went down to the ring and pretty much said that, they're the gods of the WWE and they beat up everyone, all of the big names that they had, they already beat them up. So, you're going to have to follow the buzzer because, the apocalypse is upon everybody and, there's no way to really stop them. So that was that. They did a cutaway to montage of all of some of the black wrestlers, including Big Cat Ernie Ladd, Junkyard Dog, Farouk, Ron Simmons. Some of the black wrestlers that's been in the WWE is for a celebration of Black History Month. Your third match was the Cosmic Wasteland, Stardust and the Ascension versus Neville and the Lucha Dragons. Really quick match. They put in some high flying action into it, but the Cosmic Wasteland before the bell started, they attacked the Lucha Dragons and Neville, but it really turned to Neville and the Lucha Dragons having the upper hand, and the end of the match, one of the Ascension was laid out in the corner, and they all did a top rope maneuver on top of the guy, and Neville finished it with his red arrow. So that match was about a 2 out of 5. It was just an average match. Then they did some more of the social media, the social media stuff surrounding Daniel Bryan and his retirement, and just a montage of his speech and just the reaction from the crowd. A lot of people was crying because they knew that it was a real medical issue with him, and I have to put it in there. Did anybody see on the WWE app? I was watching it live, and I was like, man, who was that grabbed Vince McMahon? Come to find out, Titus O'Neil. He trying to get a hug from the CEO of the company, and he gets suspended 90 days. You get a one-time drug fail, you get suspended 30 days with the WWE. Two-time drug fail, you get a 60-day suspension with the WWE. He tried to hug Vince McMahon. He got suspended for 90 days. During Black History Month. God, no. Vince tripping. But, I mean, it is what it is. He's being unprofessional doing it. All the people online, look, it didn't happen during, if you look at your DVR, it did not happen during a live broadcast. It was during that actually you had to be watching on the app. It wasn't part of the live broadcast. So stop just piggybacking off of people's stuff and take a look at the stuff for real. But that's neither here nor there. I just thought that was messed up. But you know, I hope Daniel Bryan's able to maintain his health in his retirement, because you only get one body, you only get one life, man. So I mean, I respect the fact that he came on. His retirement speech was one of the best I've heard in a long time, and you know, it seemed very genuine and heartfelt. So, last match, the fourth match, it was Y2J versus AJ Styles. Of course, you know, they did a recap of the match that they had earlier where Y2J attacked AJ Styles. Crowd was really into the match. You know, it was they AJ Styles, Y2J. They kept chanting that back and forth. You know, back and forth action the entire match. High risk maneuvers from both of them. You know, both almost made each other tap out, but it ended up with Chris Jericho whipping AJ Styles into the corner, and then when AJ Styles bounced out for the corner, Jericho ran into him and turned it into a code breaker. So Chris Jericho ended up winning that match. That match was actually pretty decent. It was a 3 out of 5. It was an average match with a lot of action with it. So that's everything. You know, follow me on everything. Playtime Cares. You know, giving them thumbs up, giving them thumbs down, whatever comment on the video. You know, I just like the fact that y'all interacting. Hey, subscribe to me on PlayTimeCares.com. Subscribe to me here. Subscribe to me everywhere. I'm always Playtime Cares. Peace out.